Yankee and the Brit's the place to be. Radio living is the life for me. Airwaves spreading out so far and wide. Keep your FM, just give me that internet side.
Online is where I'd rather stay. I've got a lot of music to play. I just adore a Yankee view. Darling, I love you, but give me a show to do.
The Chat.
The Brats.
On air.
That's fair.
You are my wife.
Goodbye, British life.
The Yankee and the Brit on air.
On the telephone we have Tim Wilkins. Say hello, Tim.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing all right.
Bad.
What
Not
about
bad.
you? What's going on over yonder?
Another day working.
Working?
Everything going all right with y'all? Yeah, working.
Working or hardly working?
Oh, a little of both.
What do you do?
I actually do construction. I install marble around fireplaces and stuff like that.
That's a good, healthy job to have over there. You should be physically fit and sound.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to do music. That way I don't have to work so hard.
I see. Cora, we have a great lady in the chat, Cora. She says, hello, Tim.
How are you?
She is a wonderful lady, man. You'd love this lady. You got to know her. She's fantastic.
And some wonderful music as well from yourself, Mr. Tim. Tell us when you got started
I
with the
appreciate
music.
it. Well, I actually started singing in chorus in the 4th grade. I just kind of, it's always been something that I enjoy to do. I love it. I love being able to relate to music and, it just, everything about it. If you're down, you're down, and it's something that you can listen to and kind of bring yourself up. If you're feeling lonely, or it can relate to everybody, and it's something that can make you feel. And I'm all about feelings. I'm a very emotional person, and when I write my music or when I listen to music, it's just it's good for the soul. It's something that it helps a lot of people cope. It helps a lot of people go through things, hard times, anything like that. So it's always been something that I enjoy.
Sounds like you got your hands full.
I do.
So is it rap you do, did you say?
I do rap, country, R&B. I do a little bit of everything. I try not to limit myself to anything.
Wow. I think you'd have a nice R&B voice.
It's been so long since I've done R&B. It's some people say that it's all right, but I like to do a little rap, rock, and mostly country music. But I do a little rock, and I try to incorporate them in different ways to different songs. But I've had people like Colt Ford and stuff like that. They kind of open the way for people like me to kind of bring it on in there. But I kind of feel like I was doing that way beforehand. I just was kind of scared to put myself out there.
What kind of music did you grow up on?
I actually grew up listening to country. My parents, they listened to Journey and, stuff like that, Creedence Clearwater Revival. So I grew up listening to all different kinds of stuff. They actually couldn't stand country for the longest time, and I would always listen to it, and they hated it. And now I think I've got some fair weather fans. I've kind of brought some of them over to the country music now.
Any idea what made them change their mind about it? Just because you were singing it, or because you're good at it?
Yeah, I think just it started out as my dad. My dad is my biggest helper. He's my biggest fan. He backs me 100,000%, and he's an awesome man. He's done a lot for me. He never listened to country music, and now he loves it. But I think it's more or less because he wants to help me out so much that he's kind of like stuck on country music, I guess. My mom, she was a Journey and CCR fan through and through, old rock, stuff like that. And I think she's still with it, but, the more they listen to it and the more they try to promote me, I think it's just something that's just become, a custom.
What genre would you say is in your heart when when you're performing? What would you say is in your heart?
I can't really say. I love country music just because of the feel. George Jones, stuff like that. That's, kind of like how when I think about music and like the heart of music and where it comes from when you sing from the soul or your emotion and stuff, I think of old country. I think of like the old in the bottom of your whiskey glass kind of country, and I love it, but my voice is more like a Rocky, like a Brantley Gilbert, I would say. But so it's hard for me to differentiate. I think I sing better like a rockin' country, but I love older traditional country.
Well, how did your parents grow up with the rock and roll roots, and you just happened to get into this country? I mean, is it the first thing you heard, or hanging out with the different people or something?
No, actually, they said I slept better in my crib at night when I was listening to country music. so they would play country music while I was sleeping at night, and I guess I just kind of, that was what I loved. I would be quiet, I would listen, so I guess going and listening to it in my crib is comfortability, I guess,
How long you been doing music on your own?
It's been several years, probably 10 years. Like I said, I started out in the 4th grade singing in the chorus, and then, I sang on the news in the 4th grade, and then I moved forward. I didn't really do anything for a long time, and then, I just had people, I kind of started going to karaoke. I did a lot of karaoke as a younger adult and a teenager when I could get into bars, and I would go with my parents, and it was just something that, people would, when I'd get done, they'd say, "Man, you're good," and I never really thought, it could be something that I could do, so I never really took it serious. And then I started having people tell me, "Hey, man, that's really good," and I just kind of sat down, and I had gotten in some trouble as a young adult, and I had a little time to sit, and I just started writing music, and it's something that I enjoy to do. Most of the stuff I do is like freestyle. I might be walking down the road and think about a little verse, and I'll write it down when I get home, or I'll write it down and I'll do it as I go.
Do you write all your own songs now?
Yes, sir. Everything that I've gotten is I wrote. Some of them were done in a month's time. Some were written in 15 minutes. It's just different songs. They'll come to me, and it's something that when they do, they'll just flow. And I guess that's why it's so easy for me to do it, because it's not something that I don't have to push for it. It comes natural.
Do you write when these lyrics come to you? Do you kind of put them down on paper and think that'll make a good rap song, or do you not always know until you get further into it?
Most of the time, it's I'll sit and try to write, and it never works out the way I want it to. If I sit down and I'm like, I think I'm going to write a song today, I'll sit and I'll erase so much that I'll burn holes in the paper, and I'll never have anything. But if I'm just sitting there, say guys were like, "Hey, give me something," and I, gave me a topic or something, and then I could freestyle something to that, and it would just come out, and it would, 2-3 minutes of just freestyle. Now, if you said, "Okay, sit down and write this for me," and gave me a topic, I would sit for hours and hours and hours and never get it done. So it's hard. It's hard when I do it for fun. It always seems to work easier than if I was trying to do it. I guess I try to keep my music and my work separate, because I do it because I enjoy it. Work, you don't always enjoy it, but it pays the bills. So when I try to, when I do it as a job, or I try to take it too serious, it becomes work. And then when it becomes work, it becomes not fun.
Yeah, it takes the fun out of it.
So as long as I do it for fun and I keep it, like that, then I can just, it continues to benefit, and it continues to keep me, grounded and stuff like that.
So do you go out performing in bars or at concerts on stage?
I do different things. I do open mic nights, and I do karaoke still. And, I have a few smaller labels and a few smaller groups, talking to me and stuff like that. But I'm so busy right now with work, and I have a 6-year-old daughter, so it's hard to do everything at once.
Well, you're just busy no matter what goes on.
Every day.
Wow, that ought to keep your head spinning.
What is your earliest musical memory from when you had really tiny feet?
I can't even. I don't even think I remember back to little tiny feet. I wear a 13 shoe, and it's been so long since I've had little tiny feet.
Are you one of those that's always had big feet? We don't have to call you Krusty the Clown, do we?
I feel like it sometimes.
That different answer.
Yeah. So what is the future plans for Mr. Tim Wilkins? Do you have plans to travel?
What I would like to happen is my songs to obviously be on the radio. I mean, right now I'm talking to you guys live on the radio, so for me that's further than what I ever thought would, happen. It started off as just me doing it for fun. Now it's kind of become a dream, and hopefully I can do something. But if I don't, it's something that I can say I did that a lot of people haven't experienced. I feel like I've met my goal. I feel like I've I've gotten further than some and not as far as most, but it's something that I enjoyed along the way. And as long as I'm happy and I can do something that I love to do, I'm okay with that.
Have you got any kind of CD or anything you've put together?
I do. I have a couple songs. I think I have 7 songs on a CD. It's just a demo CD. I haven't recorded an LP yet because as far as I've gotten and the amount of time I have, I'm very pressed for time. And, it's hard work. It's a lot of money. And, my dad is my biggest, he's my biggest backer as well as my manager and my personal friend. And he, supports me in all of this, but he pushes my music, and he's really the reason that I'm out there. He's gone to several different cities all over. He installs hospital equipment, so he's always gone, and he, takes my CDs and he'll hand them to people. Hey, man, y'all like such and such kind of music? You like this? Check this out, and it started out as, 5 songs on a CD, rap and country both on a CD, and then people started hitting him up. Hey, you got any more? Hey, this is good. Hey, does he have anything else? And now it's become, not necessarily an enterprise, but it's become, I've got a huge fan base and I've got a lot of people that back me and a lot of good people I've come in contact with over the years that are willing to help me. But financially, that's the biggest setback, I think, is a lot of these people have financial backers, and they have these big businesses and companies that can afford to help them out. Everything that I do is me and my dad, and he'll help me, but it's $500-$600 to record one song, and that's at the low end. So you got to think an LP is $40,000-$50,000, and right now I couldn't hit half of that. So that's been my biggest, I guess, obstacle. But, like I said, as long as I'm doing this and people can hear my music and maybe it touches their heart like some of the songs before have touched other people, then I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and I feel like I'm doing what I need to do.
And all this help from your dad, that's from a guy who doesn't like country.
Yes, but it's from a man that is very, very, true to his family. He's a hardworking man. He didn't have to do any of this. He chooses to do this, and sometimes they struggle because of this. But he believes in me as much as anybody else, So
your music is great. I mean, I'm not a rap fan. That kind of thing just doesn't get it for me. But your other songs we've got there, wow, those things are fantastic. I don't see why you shouldn't be up on stage with some other people. That sounds great.
Well, I appreciate it. It's all life, You go through things. Most of my stuff is real life or things I've been through, times in my life that are either, highs or lows, but it's things that people can relate to. And to me, that's what music is. It's not about, gold chains and women or, it's not about all that. It's about, life itself, because that's what we live is everyday life, and people struggle and people, have a lot and some people don't, and no matter what walk of life or wherever you come from, people can all relate to these things. So,
yeah, it sounds like you can take a punch and get right back up and get in a fight again.
I've taken many.
What kind of construction work do you do?
I was installing marble and mantles around fireplaces, chimney cap, frame pan, stuff like that.
Oh, muscle work.
I do electrical, plumbing, anything really.
Uh-huh. Wow, all that muscle work. You can carry all the marble you want. I'll stick to doing floors and ceilings.
Well, I'm trying to carry a microphone in a suitcase. It's a lot easier. I don't want to be 50 and not, bad knees and a hurt back. I want to be, 50 and my daughter be set for college and be able to have the finer things in life.
Yeah.
My parents worked hard. My parents worked very hard. My dad did the same thing. He works very hard to provide for our family, and that's what I know. So.
Oh, that's a good man right there. That's for sure. Yeah, carrying a guitar is a lot easier than carrying big sheets of marble around, huh? Good for you, man. I think it's awesome. But your music's great. Who do you use for a band?
I actually have a guy that I've been going to for several years. He plays every instrument you can think of. His name is David Leonard with Reveal Studios. And everything that I've gotten on those CDs is one person. It's me and one man.
Wow.
And he plays I'll go in, and most of the time, because I'm not good with I guess the beat and the song itself, the music, and I'll hear it in my head, but I don't play any instruments. So I'll go in and I'll say, David, I got this song. I don't really know how I want it to go. I don't really know what I'm going to do, but here, how's this? And he's got I don't know what it's called. It's like a metronome, but you sing into this thing. It keeps time, and you sing into it, basically the speed and how you want this song, and it records you. And he'll pick up a guitar when I'm done, and he'll pick up a guitar and he'll play it through with a rhythm guitar. And I'll say, okay, that sounds good. And then he'll pick up a bass guitar, and he'll kind of pick a little something, and I'll say, speed it up a little bit. And we'll just do that kind of, over and over. And he'll just play the guitar, and then he'll play the drums, then he'll play, the bass guitar. Then
You're spoiling my mental image. I imagine the guy in Mary Poppins is one-man band.
Have like a vest with the drums and the little...
Yeah, and a cymbal on his head.
Oh, you watched Mary Poppins. Now we know. Very cool, though. But yeah, that's awesome because it sounds great. The timing and everything is right on the spot.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's pretty slick stuff. I'm glad we got to play some of that. Glad you come by the show too. Nice to chit chat with you for a little while.
I'm glad you guys invited me, man. It's definitely a pleasure to have people not only ask you on a show. That's very it's a humbling experience. At the first time or two I did it, I couldn't talk, and I was all nervous, and I was like, and you could tell when my parents recorded it, and of course when I listened to it later, I was like, wow, I probably sounded pretty crazy, but
we'll have this up for replay
nice.
too eventually here, probably in a few days. Donna will have it cut up and stuck on YouTube, so you'll be able to listen to it again. So make sure your mom and dad get a listen if they're not listening now.
No, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they were calling me all day. You better make sure you know what time it is. Do you know what time it is? So,
hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
That bloody Brit will have your guts for garters if you don't show up on time.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that they stand behind you like that. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, you have 100%.
You have a Facebook page, right?
Yes, sir, I do.
And we saw you on Reverb Nation?
Yes, sir, Reverb Nation, SoundCloud as well. I'm trying to get something started now to get my own page, but I'm trying to get all my music and get a videographer, start doing some videos and stuff. But like I said, with timing and money, it's tough. But hopefully by the end of this year, I'll have the whole page set up with all my videos and stuff like that going, and be able to.
I mentioned to your dad in an email yesterday, if you need any help setting up that page, he mentioned how busy you are and everything, so if you need any help setting up that music page online, I can set that up for you. But another thing, we do music videos. If you need any help with music videos, we do those. We made a couple of our own.
Absolutely.
So,
oh yeah, that's bragging.
There's nothing wrong with a little self-promotion,
Yeah,
shameless one at that.
Shameless.
He said it was a humbling experience to be here with us. It's like, I think you got us confused with somebody else.
So when you're rich and famous, what advice have you got for your future self? Because it could happen at any time, One day you could just wake up and it could all just, be crazy. What advice have you got for your future self?
I really don't know. I mean, it's something that, I guess it's like anything. You don't know till you're there, you know? I just want to, I want to stay focused and use every little bit of time that I have to, improve myself, improve my music. I feel like life is about progression, and if you're staying stagnant, then you're not really doing anything in life. So hopefully I just want to move forward in everything I do and just better myself and my relationship with my family and just, continue to do what I need to do to, get this music thing done. And hopefully when it's all said and done, I can see my name on the big screen, and just be thankful that I was able to do that.
On a little bit of a different note here, what kind of truck? Do you drive a truck?
Oh, I knew you was going to ask that.
Stay out of this.
I've had right now I drive a BMW, but I've had many trucks. My first pickup truck was actually a 94 F-150 jacked up, spray painted camouflage.
That's my boy right there, talking Ford. Yes, sir. That's what I always check for, to see if somebody's driving a Ford.
Oh, yeah. Everything I've ever owned has been a Ford, except the Chevrolet, but it was broke down in the front yard, so I never got to drive it.
Well, that's where they belong. That's awesome. So how do you carry around tools in a BMW?
Well, I actually ride to work with a guy that I work with. He actually brings me to and from. I don't think the BMW is going to pull up in front of the empty lots or the lots we're working at. So,
well, I'd be kind of proud of that. Look what I got, guys.
No, I don't want concrete dust and block dust all over my black BMW. So.
What do you mean? That's the proof of a working man right there. Look at this. I work hard. I drive a BMW, and I get it dirty. I'm not scared.
And I think you could park anywhere if you've got a BMW.
Well, it's not being scared of what it looks like. It's being scared of the missus when she finds out I got dirt in the car.
Oh, there's the catch-all right there. Now I see how that works. Yeah, that could be that's probably rougher than carrying around sheets of marble.
Oh, very much so.
Better you than me, buddy.
If she's anything like me and intends to make her husband's life hell, then yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
Well, I've learned in relationships it's always this. It's always yes, dear. That's the only two words you need to know. Yes, dear, and you're fine.
You're a sensible man.
Oh.
Anything other than that, it's over with.
No wonder I have so many issues. Should try living with a Brit and see how that works out for you. They got their whole own little language and their own little way about doing things. Pretty rough.
I bet it's different when you get cursed out, though. I bet it's different.
Oh, yes, you bloody wanker.
Oh, the words I've learned. The words I've learned. You have no clue. If I talked like that, they'd throw me out of the country. So, let's see. Where do we go from here? So, we were talking about you have a Facebook page. How do we find you on there?
It is. It's under Timothy Wilkins. You'll see me. I've got I should have a green polo shirt. I haven't been on Facebook in so long. My dad actually keeps up with it, as well as my music page. I don't even find the time to get on a computer. I'm so busy, and it changes so much, and he's got so much going on. He's a better man than me, I guess, because he stays on top of it. He will not let me. 90% of the time he's like, well, I did this, and I did this, and I did this, and I did that, and I talked to so-and-so and such, and I'm like, holy smokes, when did you do that? And he's like, well, for the last hour, he's supposed to be at work, and for the last hour, he's been on the phone with 5 people doing different things, and, he's got the luxury of being able to do that. I talked for 15 minutes on the phone, and my boss is going, get your ass in the, so.
Yeah. Wow, how could you not love a guy like that?
I come home at 6:30 or 7 right now. I'm actually in the process of moving homes, so I'm packing everything in the car and moving and back and forth. So I've yet to do anything in the last month or so. It's all been hectic.
Wow, you are a busy little guy. Wow.
So, are you working on a song at the moment?
Right now, I've got, as far as country, I've ceased all country music at this time just because I haven't had time to actually sit and write. Rap music, like I said, most of it's freestyle. I've done a little bit with it, and, I record, like my rap, I record my own stuff. I have the software on my computer. That's a little easier because you don't need instruments. It's all, I just buy beats, or, I have friends that make beats and instrumentals. And I'll just get them to email them to me, and I'll pick which ones I like. And, I record that at my house. I've got my own little studio or whatever, and I'll do that until I'm ready to, mix and master it, and then I'll take it somewhere else. But, I do a little bit of that on the side. But for the most part, music is kind of stopped and slowed down for now. But it'll pick back up here pretty soon.
Do you miss not being able to do any playing right at the moment?
Oh, absolutely. I miss it all the time. That's, that's kind of my out. Whether I'm feeling down or whether I'm happy or excited about something, or, whether I'm, arguing with the missus or whatever, whatever, the case may be, I can go in there and do that, and I'm completely free, no matter where I'm at, what's going on, whatever the situation is. I can go in there and take 15 minutes, and by the time I'm done, I'm completely at peace, and that's what I love about music is that's my out.
Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with that. You need a way to relax, especially, being as busy as you are and all the things you're involved in. Yeah, it's nice to just kind of let it all out once in a while.
Yeah, it's definitely overwhelming, but, like I said, that's my out, and, it is for a lot of people, and that's another thing is I can do what I do, and people can relate to my music as well, and that can be their out. And if I'm helping other people while helping myself, then, I'm completely fine with that as well.
Cool. Well, I got 10 questions for you here. Don't you say a word. No, nothing out of you tonight. Silence.
Boring.
Silence.
Mind-numbing questions.
I got some questions for you, and then we'll let you go and get back to what you're doing.
If you got any sense, you'll put the phone down.
Now relax over there. She gets on me every time about this. All right, number 1. What's your favorite word?
What's my favorite word?
Yeah. Very easy question.
I have no idea.
Got to be something.
Brit's a good word.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't even begin to answer that question right there.
What's your least favorite word? Something you don't like people say?
Can't. Cannot. Can't.
Yeah, I could agree with that. What turns you on?
Beautiful women.
Well, your mind's not too far in the gutter, but it's in the right place. What turns you off?
That's a tough one.
That's the idea.
You had the option to put the phone down.
Shut up.
Let me just remember.
Yeah, can I next? Can I skip?
Was that an answer?
Yeah.
That's what turns him off is your questions.
Yeah, shut up. What sound do you love?
Steel guitar.
What sound do you hate?
A nagging wife or girlfriend.
What is your favorite curse word?
The F word.
Boy, welcome to the ranks. What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
NASCAR.
Really?
Yes. I like to go fast.
You like that dangerous stuff, huh?
That's right.
Boy, that'll do it too. What profession would you not like to do?
The circus.
Don't you want to grow up to be an elephant trainer?
Clowns scare me.
Well, that would take care of that then. So you've never watched the movie It, I take it?
I have, and I turned it off about a quarter of the way through.
Hey, I'm with you on that one, 100%.
All right, last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You did good.
There you go. See how easy that was? Now, see, you know what you want God to say, but you have no idea what your favorite word is or what makes you, or what your favorite. So there you go. You've solved all your problems right here tonight. Favorite
word should be like jam sandwiches or something. Nom, nom, nom.
It should be what?
Jam sandwiches.
Whatever a jam sandwich is, I still can't quite get the
jam
grip
in
on
a
that
sandwich.
one. Oh, I see.
Okay, I got you.
Well, you understand better than I do, then. And I got to deal with her every day.
Oh.
Oh.
Not so bad.
No.
No,
Not
she's
for me,
not.
anyway.
She's a good woman. I love her to death. Took me 40-some.
That's right. That's all.
Took me 50-some years to find her. It was a lot of work and a lot of trial and error, but finally stumbled on one I can tolerate. Anyways.
Well, I think you got it. I think you got it mastered, then. As long as you can tolerate it.
Yeah, well, I still haven't learned that part where you were talking about learning saying yes, ma'am, and keep your mouth shut. I'm still a little rough around the edges on that.
Yeah, I've got to agree.
I didn't say I was good at keeping my mouth shut. I just said I agree sometimes, and that might just be to end the conversation or the argument. But
sometimes when he's got his mouth covered in duct tape, sometimes he just has sometimes he just has to nod his head. You know, he doesn't have to be so disagreeable.
Have you seen the video of Will Smith nod your head?
Oh, man.
Nod your head. That's me right there. Yes, ma'am. Whatever you say. Now go away.
Okay. That's right.
All right. Cool. Nice having you hang out with us for a little while, man. I hope everything
works out. I sure do appreciate it. I had fun. We
got one more of your tunes to play that's Setting This Town on Fire. How did you come up with that song, by the way?
Well, growing up, when I got my license, my parents said I never stayed home. I was always gone. I'd pull in the driveway and I'd be going again. And, obviously, high school girlfriends and stuff, I was always, going and coming and going and coming. And my dad was like, you're always, my mom, I would come home and she goes, you're always burning up the damn road, and
there you go.
And that just kind of stuck with me. So
I'm out setting this town on fire, Ma. What part of the country are you from?
I'm from Cherokee County, Georgia, Woodstock, Georgia.
Man, there's all kinds of great singers come out of Georgia. What are you guys hiding down there in the trees, drinking that moonshine, ain't it? Got to be something like that.
Never drank too much moonshine.
Oh, I know.
That's more in the mountains. I'm more in the city, but definitely drank my fair share of beer and whiskey.
Well, I won't touch moonshine again. Them days are over. I learned my lesson.
Yeah, absolutely.
That kind that you set on fire with your lighter or rub your fingers together too fast. Yeah, I ain't doing that again. But those were the days then, that's for sure.
Hey, is there a song title that sums up your life?
Song title about my life?
Yeah.
How am I going to fix this one?
I can't wait to imagine in a few years what song title sums it up next. And
it'll probably still be the same, but until then, yeah.
There you go.
Do you have anything else to add before we flush you down the toilet?
I just want to say thank y'all for having me, and thank y'all to the people that are listening in that choose to listen to my music and support my music. It's a wonderful feeling being out here, and for those that do this music thing, just keep your heads up and keep pushing forward. You may not think it's possible, but anything's possible as long as you put your mind to it, and it's all about progression. Just keep pushing forward and follow your dreams, because they can turn into reality at any point in time.
Is there any place they can buy your music, iTunes or any place like that?
My music is on iTunes and CD Baby, but I think if you contact my father through my Facebook, which is Timothy Wilkins, and send him request a CD, he will send you one for free. Send him an address.
Then we'll take one of those for our Yanki and Brit Wall of Shame, but you got to autograph the cover of it.
Absolutely. I will sign one, and I will have it sent to y'all immediately.
That'd be great.
And just anybody that wants one, if they'll send a mailing address and like my page, we'll do the same for those people as well.
That's sweet. Well, thank you very much, Tim Wilkins. You sound good. You sound like you got your head in the right place, and I'm sorry you're a construction worker. I've been there and done that. I know what he's going through.
Good, honest living.
I used to be young once. You can have that work.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Tim Wilkins, setting this town on fire. Yanki and the Brit, Country Saturday night.
In the bed of my truck and the treble way up loud, singing and rocking to the radio with both of my windows down. You were standing on your mama's front porch as my truck pulled into your drive. I was slinging gravel from all four tires. Hell, we're about to set this town on fire, 'cause it's a hell of a ride. Will you by my side? We're gonna gonna set this town on fire. Girl, you really turn me on when you ride along, and I'm burning with a yearning desire. We can't put out the flame, you can see the smoke, it burns like hell when you get close, and the flames seem to just get higher and higher. If my baby and me, we're about to set this town on fire. You got your feet on the dash, mine's on the gas, chasing that feeling again. Like all the night before in the cabin at Ford, as the moonlight's bathing your skin. Well, it's 12:30 and I'm giving her hell. You can hear the roar of these tires. Just a modern day Johnny and June turning loose, and we're burning like a ring of fire. Cause it's a hell of a ride. We by my side, we're gonna set this town on fire. Girl, you really turn me on when you ride along, and I'm burning with a yearning desire. We can't put out the flame, you can see the smoke, it burns like hell when you get close, and the flames seem to just get higher and higher. Yeah, my baby and me, we're about to set this town on fire. Now the sun's coming up, we pull up, and I let you out in front of your drive. The whole way home I'm feeling all alone, cause you ain't here by my side. Then my phone starts to ring and my heart stings, cause I wanna be by your side. But I hold on tight till the day's last light, then we're gonna set this town on fire. Cause it's a hell of a ride, will you by my side? We're gonna set this town on fire. Girl, you really turn me on when you ride along, and I'm burning with a yearning desire. We can't put out the flame, you can see the smoke, it burns like hell when you get close, and the flames seem to just get higher and higher. Yeah, my baby and me, we're about to set this town on fire. Yeah, my baby and me, we're about to set this town on fire. Yeah, my baby and me, we're about to set this town on fire.
Wow, that's smoking right there. Tim Wilkins is setting this town on fire. Thanks for joining the Yankee and the Brit tonight, Mr. Wilkins. Just
Yes,
loved it.
thank you. What a mighty